Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Derby City Gaming. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we're here this morning because we really want to highlight some of the amazing things that are going on in downtown Louisville right now, and some of the exciting things that we have planned over the coming weeks, months, and years ahead. Derby City Gaming right here is a great example of the momentum and the excitement that's going on in downtown Louisville right now. This is a $90 million investment that Churchill Downs Incorporated made into the heart of our city, into the future of downtown. We are very thankful to the great corporate citizen Churchill Downs for making this investment, for showing their commitment to our city. And we know that thousands of people locally and around the country and world are enjoying this great new venue already. And as we ramp up into the spring, even more people. These types of investments are incredibly important, because one of our administration's priorities is to make downtown Louisville an even more powerful economic engine, because that's what it is. Our goal simply is for downtown to be the safest, most vibrant, most authentic, unique, energetic, clean, green neighborhood in the entire city of Louisville, if not the entire country. What happens downtown helps improve the lives of people from all across our city and all across our state. Downtown is the one neighborhood that unites us all, that unites all neighborhoods. And obviously, our downtown, just like other downtowns, are evolving. In this post-COVID world, we're seeing dramatic changes in the way people work, in our economy, and in technology. Well, the good news is that we're also seeing terrific momentum right here in downtown Louisville. We're seeing tourism numbers like never before. And this coming May is going to shatter them all. With the 150th Kentucky Derby, the PGA Championship, and more, I know this May is going to be one to remember. But not just in May, people come downtown every day of the year, and they have a great experience, whether they're visitors from out of town or workers that come into downtown from every neighborhood in our city. And my administration is working very closely with Metro Council. You'll hear from Councilman Philip Baker in a moment, and others of his colleagues to do everything we can to strengthen downtown, to invest in downtown. Last year in our budget that was unanimously passed by Metro Council, we invested several $1 million more in new street lights to make sure the street lights are light and working so people are safe and feel safe. More in trash cans and more in quality of life improvements to downtown. We're also working with partners at the state and federal level to invest in public safety, infrastructure, public art, business, talent attraction, and more. Right now, we have a very robust and bold plan in front of the Kentucky State Legislature on how they can invest in downtown Louisville to continue this momentum that we're seeing, and it will provide an incredible investment, return on investment, not just for Louisville, but for the entire state of Louisville. And so I encourage all of my friends in Frankfort to consider this as they're looking to invest our state's dollars. There is no better place to invest than in Louisville and right here in downtown Louisville. For example, we've got great opportunities in the LouMed district, our great medical and education district on the east side of downtown. And that's one of the reasons why I strongly support the University of Louisville's request to the state government to make a $280 million investment to fund their new health science simulation and collaboration hub. That would be a leading state-of-the-art building that will continue to help LouMed district grow. It will help continue to transform the LouMed district into an engine for job creation, talent attraction, workforce development, and so much more. And that's just one of the many opportunities we have in front of us to invest in our urban core. So now, to give us some more detail on what's happening downtown, and even more excitingly, what's coming, I'd like to introduce Rebecca Fleischaker, who's the Executive Director of the Louisville Downtown Partnership. Rebecca?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I like to say that economic development is the long game, and we have come a long way from COVID. There's no doubt that downtown's regained momentum is getting us closer to pre-COVID levels and even surpassing it. And really, there's no reason that we should be comparing ourselves to that year anymore. The mayor rattled off tourism, business attraction, housing, infrastructure, just to name a few of the things that we're working on. The amount of investment occurring right now in downtown to the tune of $1.5 billion is nearly double what it was in 2019. Double. This is large infrastructure projects such as Waterfront Park Phase 4 and the East Market Streetscape project, tourism projects such as several new bourbon experiences, Monk Road's Boiler House, Pursuit Spirits, and a couple of large expansions at Angel's Envy and Rabbit Hole, new housing at the former Greyhound and Brown Brothers Cadillac sites, and business development continuing to occur with businesses moving to downtown from the suburbs like Forbes and Sterling Thompson, or companies recommitting to downtown like Republic Bank, bringing 150 employees to their downtown campus just a few blocks from here. Or a new company like GoJob, who has declared Louisville their U.S. headquarters right here in Nulu. And then in the 36 street-level businesses that opened last year, such as Bourbon and Blush Spa, Nick and Norman's at number 15 right on Whiskey Row. Parlor opened up their second downtown location, or I Love Tacos and Country Boy Brewing and the Omni. I had to mention beer. I love beer. And we're looking forward to several more opening very soon, like Steak and Bourbon right across the street, thanks to the Olay Group. And Paxton's Men Clothing and Lou Ray's is opening just this week. There is so much going on. This kind of economic activity generates more jobs, and it attracts jobs, and it attracts talent and residents. And hopefully, if we are successful at the state legislature, we can put some funds into quick use to convert these old buildings into residential units. We know we have a demand of approximately 3,000 new dwelling units in downtown over the next 5 years. So it's important that we can help developers and property owners get the tools they need. We get to not only save architecturally significant and beautiful buildings in our downtown, but we get to put more feet on the street, which creates more vibrancy, more economic activity, and better safety, which really is the bottom line of everything we do. Thank you to Derby City Gaming for your large investment and for your confidence and belief in downtown. And such many big thanks, too, to all of the investment that is taking place in putting such cool things in our downtown that we all can take advantage of. It takes all of us to patronize and support our event venues, attractions, restaurants, and bars for these businesses to succeed. I'm looking forward to 2024, especially as we know that new openings are coming and as we are about to unveil our 2024 downtown strategy, which will be a big plan about how we can all take part in downtown even more. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. As you heard Rebecca rattle off that list of new businesses that have opened, that are coming downtown, you hear that there's especially a lot going on the hospitality side. Hotels, entertainment venues like this one that we have here, restaurants, and more. And so one person I just want to acknowledge and give a shout out today, two people, are Fernando Martinez and Rick Moore with the Olay Group. Fernando is the owner of the Olay Restaurant Group, which owns some of my favorite restaurants in our city, including Guacamole right here on the east side of downtown. Taco Luchador, absolutely one of my favorite, and La Bogadita de Mime, all great restaurants that people enjoy. Please don't take off the vegetarian taco at Taco Luchador because that is my go-to pickup meal during the week when it's a late night and it's too late to cook. Fernando and his team are an incredible example of the success that businesses can have downtown. In fact, we were just picking out some takeout last week from Guacamole to celebrate local restaurant week, and we had to wait quite a long time. That's a great sign for restaurants. I'm so grateful to you and the other businesses and restaurant owners like Fernando, like Rick, and like the Olay Group that are investing in our city. Thank you guys so much, and we're excited for more investments, more restaurants like the one across the street that Rebecca mentioned, and we hope the good times are just getting started. Thank you all so much. Thank you all. And in addition to attracting and supporting businesses, part of the work that we're doing to keep the momentum going downtown is to reimagine what downtown is and what downtown can be. And that's why we're working with some of the top urban design firms in the entire world on downtown Louisville. Right now, we're working with Melk on a project that will transform 4th Street from the river all the way south to Liberty. And we have some giant plans for the Belvedere. The Belvedere is celebrating its 50th year right now, and it's seen better times. We need to reimagine the Belvedere right in the heart of our downtown, overlooking the entire river. And we are going to create an iconic, world-class destination right on the river that people from across Louisville and across the entire world want to travel here to be a part of. I cannot wait to unveil these plans in the coming weeks. And just as importantly, we have to reimagine what the downtown community can be and to strengthen its connections to all of our neighborhoods. And that's why, as Rebecca mentioned, we're working with our state partners and others to expand Waterfront Park west into West Louisville. We can and we will do all of this and more when we work together in partnership. We will reimagine the Belvedere. We will invest in our community care campus. We will invest more in LouMed. We will convert downtown office buildings from historic vacant buildings into thriving places where people are living and staying. We can renovate the Louisville Gardens. We can transform our vacant lots into thriving mixed-use neighborhoods. The parking lots around the soccer stadium can become another great neighborhood. We will create residential. We will create more retail. We will create more restaurants and retail and more, again, when we work in partnership. And that's why I'm so encouraged by working with our partners at the state, by working with Metro Council, by working with the private sector and local philanthropies to make all of this happen. And one other big driver are our festivals. Downtown is a great place for festivals. So stay tuned for some more exciting announcements to come in the very near future about another great new festival that's going to continue this momentum right here in downtown Louisville. And also, on top of all of this, we must continue to invest in our infrastructure, in downtown and across our entire city. And that's why I'm excited that our administration is moving full steam ahead on the long overdue efforts to reimagine 9th Street. As with other projects, we will be working and are working with our community, with other colleagues, and with colleagues on Metro Council, along with neighbors in Russell, Portland, and other West Louisville neighborhoods. We want to build on the success of the Beecher Terrace project and create safer streets that make it easier and safer and better for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists to move down 9th Street, which should be a bridge rather than a barrier. For far too long, 9th Street has been much more than a traditional road in our city. It has truly been a divide, a physical divide between West Louisville and the rest of our city. It is time that we bridge that divide, that we reimagine 9th Street and turn it into a thriving, lush, green, safe boulevard that pedestrians and vehicles alike use as a way to connect our community and not divide our community. And that's why I'm so excited that now with the federal funding in hand, the work can begin. And it's another reason why I'm excited about the future of our downtown and the future of our city. So now to give us a little bit more information on this exciting and important project, I'd like to introduce Amira Palacios. She's the Senior Strategic Communications Lead for HDR, another one of the outstanding urban design partners that's working with us to transform, revitalize, and make downtown Louisville an even more exciting place.
Reimagining 9th Street creates a unique opportunity to convert a roadway that divides into a neighborhood street that connects. An accessible corridor, a space where people can gather, walk, ride the TARC, bike, and drive safely, and ultimately a place people want to visit. Currently, 9th Street is a 6-lane thoroughfare designed to bring cars quickly in and out of downtown. This is a project that will calm the traffic pattern down to the character of a neighborhood street that promotes safety for all. A very visible milestone for this project also includes the conversions of Muhammad Ali Boulevard and Chestnut Street from one-way streets to two-way streets. And we'll have a public meeting very soon so that the people living on those streets can get the full details of what's coming to their neighborhood. Construction on these conversions could start as early as 2025. This is about building a better public space and listening through public engagement and feedback on the changes and the project concepts. We'll engage both sides of 9th Street and invite stakeholders to weigh in how to activate the space and inform the design. And so we know this project is not new. We're building on the high-level concepts from the Gale Associates 2018 report, and we need the community to help with the ideas that will inform the design and the project engineering team. And we're very much open to what the community wants for 9th Street and want to see you at our next public meeting. On Thursday, June 6th, HDR will present the 7 concept designs to the public. These concepts will reflect the various configurations of the corridor based on the initial Gale concepts and also public feedback. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thanks, Amira. Thank you so much, Amira. Please, if you are interested in the 9th Street, Reimagining 9th Street project, join Amira and our colleagues at the next community feedback session that we're having in June. Well, at Metro government, you know that every day our entire team is working to make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. And that work involves everything from reimagining our downtown spaces that we've been talking about, to citywide economic development, to public safety, public health, improving our parks and libraries, and so much more, including the critical basic work like keeping our streets clean. As we move from winter into spring, we're experiencing these thunderstorms, which is a good sign of transition. Our colleagues in Public Works also transition from focus on being ready for the snow to focus on getting ready for street sweeping. Starting March 5th, street sweepers will be back out. Streets are swept 3 times a year in Louisville on a rotating schedule. And keeping the streets clean is such an important part of maintaining a high quality of life for residents across our city. There are important public health and safety impacts as well. This is something that people depend on Metro government to do. And in order to keep our streets clean, Metro government depends on our neighbors throughout the entire city, particularly in neighborhoods with a lot of on-street parking, so that they move their cars on days so our street sweepers can get through and do a very, very thorough job. To make sure that we do everything we can to keep residents informed about what's happening and what they need to do, particularly in neighborhoods like Old Louisville, our Metro Public Works Solid Waste Management Services team will be piloting a new approach starting this year. So to tell us more about that, I'd like to welcome our Public Works Director, Jennifer Commissar-Kern, and our manager of our Solid Waste Management Services team, Pete Flood.
Street sweeping is essential to our city's cleanliness, helps remove debris from our gutters and roadways, which would otherwise go into storm drains, causing pollution and other potential health hazards. So as we strive to improve, our waste collection team has been diligently working with our partner agencies, developing strategies to improve street sweeping. And we're most appreciative to our partners with Brightside, Park, LMPD, Fleet Services, and our neighborhood organizations for their partnership. As the mayor said, streets are swept 3 times per year on a rotating schedule. Our pilot project will begin bright and early next Tuesday, March 5th in Old Louisville. So what can you do to help? One thing you can do is move your vehicle off the street. Street sweeping happens between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. on the day of sweeping. If you need to find out when your street is going to be swept, you can sign up for text alerts so you know when the sweeper's coming. So click on address lookup at louisvilleky.gov to find your address and find out and sign up. And please don't ever blow leaves into the gutter. Our street sweeping equipment isn't designed to handle leaves in the gutter. So to close, I'd like to give a special thanks also to Councilman Philip Baker with District 6 and our Old Louisville neighborhood associations who've been instrumental in helping us get the word out to residents about this project that we're excited about. So here to tell you more details is Pete Flood.
Street sweeping is important and involves many agencies, and this year these agencies have come together to try to work and create a plan to assess some potential new approaches. Street sweeping's number one goal is to have an open street, meaning no vehicles to impede the work of our operators. We want to do this without ticketing and towing, that's our goal, However, if vehicles are there, we must be able to get them ticketed and towed quickly. To reach our goal, we want to enhance our communications by pushing our sign-ups for email and text alerts. These alerts take place 1 week before for the area, and then the day before for the specific street that is to be swept the next day. This season, we will begin placing flyers on vehicles the day before. These flyers will also include how to sign up for text messaging and alerts. We will also begin testing some brightly colored signage. These signs, we hope, will be more effective. The signs will also include a QR code that residents can go to our website to get more information, and also to a location that they can sign up for these alerts. We will also begin testing a recorded alert over a PA system 15 minutes before we start ticketing and towing. This is the last chance for residents to remove the vehicles. After that, we will be bringing in additional ticketing resources and towing resources with the goal of getting the vehicles removed as quickly as possible so our crews can come through and get done. We do intend to use a rolling roadway closure to make that more effective and quicker so that we go through, so we ask people's patience for that. In addition to testing new approaches, we have partnered with Brightside and Block by Block and their community ambassadors to conduct litter cleanups along the routes. We hope that residents will take the opportunity to help them clean the neighborhood, and we can remove that debris. Again, it's hoped that these efforts will improve our ability to keep the streets effectively and with minimal disruption to the community. And I would like to thank the many agencies that have come together to make this testing possible.
Thank you, Pete. As you heard, we're going to try our new approach starting next Tuesday morning in Old Louisville, a very important neighborhood in our entire city, just south of where we are here in downtown. And joining us this morning, one of our great partners in keeping the city safer, stronger, and healthier is Metro Councilman Philip Baker, who represents Old Louisville and many other great neighborhoods around the city.
First, I want to say thank you to our mayor, the administration, and Director Kern and her team for always being able to be open for an inclusive and an innovative way how we can make our city and city services better. I know street sweeping is not the sexiest, but when we talk about it, when I first got in office, we talked about everybody deserved a clean, safe, and vibrant neighborhood. And so just like in line with the initiative that we have for downtown and for definitely our festivals and all our fun, we want to make sure that our neighborhoods, each neighborhood is clean, safe, and vibrant. And so with this innovative way, we want to make sure from our office and with the administration and also Public Works that we do everything in our effort to let people know. So make sure you're signing up for the text alerts. Make sure that you're informing our neighbors. Make sure we're getting out of our silos because we want everything to be clean, safe, and vibrant. So thank you again, Mayor Greenberg, for your innovative solutions and working together with council. Thank you to Director Kern and everyone from Public Works for working on this project. And so come on down to Old Louisville because we'll be having some clean, safe fun this coming May. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you so much, Councilman. I know you had a late night last night, so thanks for being with us here early this morning. And finally, before we open it up for questions, this week we're recognizing another great Louisvillians, a Louisvillian who's doing good around our city. I think many of us can agree that some of the best people in the world are teachers. They give so much of their time to support our children, our community, and our future. And one of those amazing teachers, come on, you guys join on. One of those amazing teachers is with us here today, and that's Norman Ellis, who teaches social studies and serves as the head men's basketball coach at Shawnee High School. Sorry, the Academy of Shawnee. I'm a little old on my name. Norman makes a positive impact daily on the lives of his students, inside of his school, and he helps empower his students by encouraging them to achieve all of their goals, whatever they might be. But recently, it became clear that Norman's positivity stretched far beyond the Academy of Shawnee. In January, Norman posted a message on Facebook encouraging our city to change the narrative about West Louisville. In this post, Norman stated that his students are already doing the work. Despite the challenges, he celebrated his students achieving big things in life through education and through athletics. He bragged about parents who were stepping up and who supported their kids. And he highlighted the amazing changes that were taking place in his school and throughout the entire community. And so, Norman rightfully called on all of us in Louisville to do better. Instead of always sharing negative stories online, celebrate the great things that are happening in our community. Celebrate the great things that are happening in your kids' schools with your kids and their accomplishment. Well, today, Norman, we are taking your advice and we're celebrating a great thing in Louisville, and that's to celebrate you. You are leading by example, and you're inspiring all of us to maintain that positivity and to continue to talk about all of the great things and share the great things that are happening in our city. So I am so proud to present you on behalf of the entire city of Louisville with a proclamation honoring you as one of our city's distinguished citizens. Thank you so much, Norman.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Would you like to speak?
I would like to say thank you, Mayor Greenberg. Thank you, JCPS. Thank you, Ms. Kim Rice. Thank you to the Academy of Shawnee. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Don't judge each day by the harvest, but by the seeds that you plant. And every day, you know, it's a challenge, but believe in the seeds that you plant, and it will come in fruition. And that's what's going on at the Academy of Shawnee. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Norman, and congrats to your entire family. And if you all play Manual next week, as we said, please don't beat them up too badly because my nephew's on the Manual men's basketball. Thursday. Okay, Thursday. All right. Well, be kind to them. Be kind to them. Again, congratulations. Thank you all very much. So now, with that and with that exciting news to share, and congratulations, Norman, I'm happy to answer any questions that you all might have on these topics or any others.
Specifically helping Louisville, is there other things, and what is it specifically that maybe people can look for?
Yeah. So as we know, the state right now has a very large amount of capital, a record rainy day fund that they are poised to make some very significant investments in Louisville and across the entire state. So last fall, our administration put out what our legislative priorities were going into this session. Relating to public safety, early childhood education, economic development, addressing our affordable housing and homeless crisis, and more. And one of those things were some ideas for how the state could invest right here in our city. And many of those capital investments are right here in downtown Louisville. They can help us reimagine and transform the Belvedere into a world-class destination. They can help us provide more services and shelter at the community care campus for people that are in need and experiencing homelessness. They can help us continue to invest in LUMED to transform our historic vacant office buildings into vibrant residential, new residential units or hotels and more. And so those are some of the investments that the state right now has the opportunity to invest in downtown Louisville, working very collaboratively with the governor's administration, with leaders of both the Senate and the House, to continue to encourage them and to advocate for more investments in our city that will provide a great return on investment, not just for the citizens of Louisville, but for the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Mayor, is the Belvedere project contingent upon Frankfurt funding?
The Belvedere project is going to require state funding, local funding, and we're also going to be raising philanthropic donations as well. We'll be talking more about that in a few weeks when the initial planning phase is complete.
What's the price tag going to be on?
I'll be able to tell you then. I'm waiting with bated breath myself. It is not going to be inexpensive, but it costs money to build world-class projects right here in Louisville to attract people back downtown, to want to live downtown. And so I'm confident that it will be a phenomenal investment for our city and for our state. The designs will blow you all away, so stay tuned.
Have any other companies, Mayor, applied for the downtown office incentives?
I'm aware of one company that has applied for you're referring to that $3 million loan fund that we created earlier this year. I'm aware of one company that has currently applied. There might have been some others. I've not gotten an update on that in about a week, but we can provide you with more details on that. We're hoping that more and more companies apply. We want to make this fund even larger to attract not just office users downtown, but also hopefully to be able to expand it to retail and restaurant as well to continue on the momentum that we're seeing.
What do you think is the reason for just one company and not more?
Well, initially, I think we had set too high of a size that we were really going after just large tenants. And I think when we got feedback from the community that was too large. We need small office users downtown as well. That's great as well. So now we have lowered the size. We've made it easier to qualify. We're hopeful that's enough. And we're going to continue. If we need to do even more, we will. When you try new things out, you have to be willing to learn and pivot and change your approach as you're going to ultimately find a solution that's going to address the challenge we're trying to deal with.
Are there any incentives for small businesses to come downtown that they can take advantage of?
Yes, there are. Again, we lowered the threshold to a much smaller square footage for this downtown loan fund to get new office tenants down here as well. There is a program through Metco, which our economic development office runs, where they provide loans to small businesses as well. And then through the downtown partnership, I don't know if Rebecca is still here as well. Do you want to talk about a couple of programs that you run also that are available for small businesses?
We have a small business loan fund for small businesses to help with their fit out. So this is beyond what tenant improvements allow that they would need to get started. So equipment, fit out of space beyond a white shell.
And as far as straddling the line between, wanting to bring tourists downtown and make it a place for locals to live, how do you accomplish that balance?
Yeah, we want to do all the above. We want downtown to be a great neighborhood for people to live, to visit, and to work. And I think they can all happen at the same time. As more people start moving downtown, more restaurants will come downtown to serve them. Those restaurants will also support tourists. As we build more hotels downtown, which we need, more people will be downtown, more restaurants will come. There's also some infrastructure improvements that we need to make. Like it would be great to get a grocery store in downtown Louisville. That would help give folks even more encouragement to build more residential units. There's a little bit of a chicken and egg game, so that's what we're working on, trying to address that.
Mayor, I know it's up to Humana to decide what happens with their downtown building. What do you think would be a good prospect, a good option to go in that building?
I think there are a lot of great uses for it, so I'm going to keep the options open. I look forward to meeting the next CEO of Humana here in the very near future. We're going to have some great conversations. I'm going to thank Humana for everything that they do for our city and also talk about the future of the Humana Tower that we want to hopefully help guide the future as well. It could be a lot of different things. It could be a great hotel. It could be a great place for people to live. Maybe there is another office user, either locally that's looking to expand or that we can bring into town. And then there are other great creative minds out there that might have other ideas as well. So we're keeping our eyes wide open. We've already started reaching out to folks around the entire country to tell them about this really unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's very rare that anyone has the opportunity to create the next chapter of such an iconic building that's located in such a great location and that's going to have the best front yard in all of Louisville when we reimagine the Belvedere.
Mayor, while you're here, you can place a bet on Louisville Duke.
On which?
Louisville Duke.
I'm refraining from betting on local teams right now. I haven't done so well. I tried when Derby City Gaming first opened, and I unfortunately didn't win. So, but go Cards. We just had a great announcement yesterday, not athletic related, at the University of Louisville. They're building the new speed school. I'm, excited about the future of not just basketball, but all of the athletic programs. Baseball season has started as well at U of L, and the coach, I think, has a great season in store for us there as well.
Rebecca said downtown investment's kind of a long game. I know this is an issue you inherited. How long do you think that game's going to be?
Well, I'm pretty impatient, so we're trying to make it go as quick as possible. I think the key thing right now is that people start seeing visible signs of progress These projects take a long time to design and then, to get under construction. And of course, financing is always a challenge. So we're hoping that people do start seeing things. And that's why we've started to do some of the smaller things like the city spots that you see just outside of Metro Hall. In March of this year, you'll start seeing a project that was funded last year to have great LED lights. There's another barrier with the highway overpasses between Nulu and the Central Business District. We're going to create it, it's going to no longer be a barrier, but it's going to be a great place that connects those neighborhoods with this great LED display. And so you'll start seeing that happening here in March. And there are other things that are happening as well that we're excited for people to start seeing happening.
Any other projects that would help connect different parts of the downtown area to each other?
Well, we've named a lot today. A lot of these are all work together. One other project that we haven't mentioned is another important infrastructure project called Broadway All the Way, where just like we're reimagining 9th Street, we now have federal funding to do the design work to really transform Broadway. Broadway is such a wide street right now that really was designed to get the most number of cars from point A to point B in the quickest amount of time. We need to make it a better roadway for pedestrians, for public transportations, and for vehicles. And so that design process has begun. Just like on the 9th Street project, we're going to be seeking a lot of community input into that. But we want that to be a great boulevard that supports a lot of new residential housing and other commercial activity all the way west from the river to east to Baxter where it ends. Thank you all. One more quick announcement is next Tuesday, we will not be having this weekly press conference. I'm going to be en route to Washington, D.C. And so we will reconvene in 2 weeks from today at 10 a.m. Thank you all very much.
What are you doing in D.C.?
I'm going up to meet with several people. There's a conference that's bringing together mayors and some business leaders from around the country in D.C. And also on next Thursday night, I will be attending the State of the Union. So I'm looking forward to that.
As a guest of?
As a guest of Senator Paul. Thank you all very much.